today, and we are super fucking happy about it. So ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to like and empty the space. Let's bring some more people in here to enjoy the celebration of the farewell party to the Savior.
Say goodbye, a farewell for this motherfucker that put the fucking video of the fucking hostage. So this is a fucking farewell for me, okay?
Because he shouldn't exist from the get-go. He should have been executed by the Mossad long time ago, and I've been asking for this for a long time. And I was talking to my commander. I'm telling him this needs to go.
I think that you need to gather all the Zios, eliminate them.
He deserves to be genocided like all the other Nazis, and he's a convicted fucking criminal. And stay out of Hamas and giving them a voice after October 7, and us Jews and Israelis can live peacefully. I hate him.
Great.
I hate him.
They would strike so deep, not Tel Aviv. But in the dead of night, with no warning, the skies lit up. The world watched in celebration as the Iron Dome cracked. And in that moment, the balance of power began to shift.
Yo, mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Hope you can all hear me loud and clear. Let me know if the fuzzy noise is back as well, because we get a fuzzy noise sometimes, and it's very important that you guys let me know about that, because it's so annoying. And when I watch back the stream and sometimes I hear it, all I've got to do is unplug and plug in my microphone again, but sometimes nobody tells me about it, so it goes on for quite a while and it ruins it. So yeah, let me know if that's all good. What's going on, Wizzle Dazzle? Thanks for tuning in. Who have we got here today? Let's have a look in the comments. So obviously we've got Wizzle Dazzle on Kick. We've got Silent Tios 7336, best song since 2025. I agree. We've got Silent Dogs as well in the chat. We've got Origin Code Player 1, Super Peacemaker. Yeah, that's pretty much everyone. And we've got a Kill as well. What's going on, the Kill? Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, of course, remember to like, share and subscribe, guys. Thank you for that, Kill. Also remember to follow me on Kick. The link is pinned on the live chat of the YouTube. So yeah, let me know about that. What's going on, Sherry Bulu? Thank you for tuning in on Kick as well. Hope you guys are all having a pleasant Tuesday. wherever you may be in this world. We've got a lot of stuff to go over today. Obviously, you guys have probably heard about the Trump, you know, acting like a terrorist as always. I mean, nothing really new, but yeah. Who else we got? We got Divan in the house. Thank you for tuning in, brother. We've got Pascal as well. We've got a few of us here tonight. It appears I'm basically over my illness finally, after a week, over a week. Yeah, we've got Colour Me Bad as well. Shout out to you on Kick, brother. Nice to see you guys all here. So yeah, a few bits to go over today. It's been 39 days today. 39 days of the Iran war. Trump has been completely embarrassed, and it looks like today he might be about to make a very controversial, a very detrimental decision that is going to affect not just this war but the entire world if he is going to do what we think he may do. Yeah, I agree, he's definitely gone a bit crazy. I think he's always been like this, to be honest. Trump's like a very egotistical guy. When someone hurts his ego, he'll act irrationally. He'll react. You know, he'll just do stupid things, really. He'll just do some stupid decision just to try and prove that he's this guy that he claims to be. Trump doesn't like losing, you know. He doesn't like losing. He doesn't like being made to look like a fool. And obviously the Iranians have been making him look like a fool. They've been taking the piss out of him for weeks now. They've been putting funny memes on missiles, the lot. They've done everything. So, yeah, I suppose today we find out. Got a few hours till that decision comes in. I think I saw like the Israelis were having like a countdown on their news channel over this shit. Like, it's mad. It's mad. But speaking of Israelis, I suppose we will start off with the Zionists. Part of the reason why Donald Trump is moving so mad is because of not just the embarrassment of himself and America, but because the embarrassment of the Israelis. And I'd actually argue that he's more annoyed that they're embarrassing the Israelis, because we all know that this war is for them. Yeah, so I suppose we'll start off with yesterday, about 24 hours ago. We saw in Ashdod on a beach, there was panic everywhere among Israeli illegal settlers after joint Iranian, Lebanese and Yemeni attacks all at once. Fucking hell. No wonder he's talking about dropping a nuke. He can't handle this anymore. Unlucky, guys, unlucky. Also, so Netanyahu, according to Axios, has urged Donald Trump not to pursue a ceasefire with Iran at this time. Of course, the Israelis can't keep the blood off their hands. They love having blood on their hands. They can't just have a ceasefire. What's a ceasefire in Israeli language, you know? That's probably not even in the dictionary. It's probably not even in their dictionary. They didn't do no ceasefire in Palestine. Didn't do no ceasefire in Lebanon. So why the fuck would they want a ceasefire with Iran? Of course they don't want a ceasefire. That ruins their whole plan, their great Israel project. So yeah, also, I'm not sure if you guys heard about this, but Ben Gvir said Hamas says the death penalty is immoral, and I tell them we have taken everything from the terrorists in prison, and now we want to take their lives. Pure evil is what I said about that. And it is pure evil. And you know, after he made this statement, 24 hours later nearly, we saw Ben Gvir with the bodies of illegal settlers who were killed under the rubble of a house that was hit by an Iranian missile. Funny how the universe works, you know. You're asking for death and it comes on your side. Yeah. What else? So also Israel's ambassador to the UN said a crazy fucking statement. He said we have the legitimacy to target civilian targets in Iran. And I said they don't want to liberate Iran or change the regime. They want to commit a genocide, just like what they did in Gaza. Let's play the clip.
So we have the legitimacy to target those civilian targets. And I would advise the Iranians to believe further.
What did he just say, man? Actually rewind that and listen to that again. Like, it's madness how people are just talking like this openly on live TV.
So we have the legitimacy to target those civilian targets. And I would advise the Iranian to believe President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu, because they have showed in the last month that they are capable of striking any target in Iran. And now we have to wait whether they will continue to play the game with the Strait of Hormuz. You know, it's what they are doing there. It's beyond imagination. You know, the blackmail. They actually collect money from countries in order to allow them to use the straits. We shouldn't allow this piracy 2026 to continue. So
madness, absolute fucking madness. And according to the Jerusalem Post, they're claiming that Russia has reportedly handed Iran a list of Israel's key energy facilities. Whether it's true or not, I'm not too sure, because it's coming from the Jerusalem Post. But if it is true, W Russia. W Russia. Play them at their own game, man. You know, target Iran's energy facilities, cool. Do it back to Israel. And W Russia for giving them that information if they did. Also, we saw yesterday, oh no, so this wasn't yesterday, this was about 9 hours ago. About 9 hours ago in Tel Aviv, we saw Iranian missiles fall in the area, on the streets. Only a little clip here from a dash cam. So yeah, Iran are not taking their foot, they're not putting their foot on the brakes, that's for sure. Also, Ben Gvir, the terrorist, the absolute fucking terrorist, of course, he's actually come out and threatened football player Hakeem Ziyech after he criticised the law on prisoner executions. And he said, anti-Semites will not get away. How mad. He's literally threatening a superstar, an international football player, just for opposing the death penalty on Palestinians. How mad is that? How mad is that? Yes, I have, Sherry. Thank you. And also, some other news. According to the Al-Quds network, who we believe, they said 2 Israeli soldiers reportedly committed suicide within the past 24 hours. I wonder why that is. Maybe they've committed such horrors in their life. They've realised that, damn, they're monsters. They're monsters. They're Israeli soldiers. They're out killing civilians, not just in Gaza, but in Lebanon, all across the Middle East, and now they're killing themselves. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Joker said, I don't know why and how Trump won in November 2024. Yeah, neither do I, but at the end of the day, my whole thoughts on like the elections and all that stuff is it doesn't really matter who you vote for, because all of them disagree on absolutely everything apart from Israel. So it probably wouldn't have made a difference, to be fair. And yeah, they would have all started a war with Iran. They would all just support Israel, so anything Israel wants them to do, they're going to do, you know. I don't think it really matters who's in charge at this point, sad as it may sound. Yeah, depressing stuff really, innit? Depressing stuff. I suppose we'll get into the juicier stuff regarding the Americans. So for those of you that don't know, Trump has been talking the most crazy stuff lately on his platform Truth Social. Just a couple of days ago, we saw Trump come out with a tweet warning Iran that they had until Tuesday to open the Strait of Hormuz, or he will unleash hell on civilian areas in Iran. And he even ended that post by saying, praise be to Allah. So he seems like he's even mocking the Muslims. If you're from Saudi Arabia, if you're a leader of Saudi Arabia, UAE, any of these other Gulf states, and you're siding with Trump after he said that, to me that's just mad. That's mad to me, I can't lie. Thanks, Dragon Lady. So yeah, we'll go into some stuff from the US. So we'll start off with some stuff from yesterday. Just give me a second while it loads up. So yeah, we'll start off with some stuff from yesterday, and we have a little clip here, a little 8-second clip from President Trump, and he said, if it was up to me, I would like to keep the oil. I just don't think the people of the United States would really understand. Interesting.
34 days. Yeah, if it were up to me, I'd like to keep the oil. I just don't think the people of the United States would really understand. 34.
Mad. Economy Bad said, what time does Trump's deadline end in the UK? I'm not too sure, to be honest. Let me find that out for you, because I actually do want to know. So, what time does Trump's deadline end for Iran? UK time. It's set for 8 o'clock Washington DC time, so 20 o'clock Washington time to UK. It'll be 1 AM tonight. 1 AM. Mad, so yeah, try to be awake for that one, to cover that on X, no problem, man. I needed to know the answer as well, to be fair. If you guys are not following me on X, I recommend you do that, because you know, we'll be covering that live as it happens on X. Yeah, let's carry on anyway. So also, President Trump's wife Melania spoke on the Iranian children facing the war. All of this is happening for their future, so they will be safe in the years to come. What the fuck? I said, how can they want a future for the children of Iran while they are killing them? What hypocrites.
Well, all of this is happening for their future, so
Yeah.
they will be safe in years to come.
Sure. Makes perfect sense, yeah. Makes perfect sense. Trump also said, when the Iranian people don't hear bombs, they get upset. They want to hear bombs. This guy lost his mind. This guy lost his mind, honestly.
Fair question.
Right, I'll turn it up a little bit.
Fair question. The Iranian people, when they don't hear bombs go off, they're upset. They want to hear bombs because they want to be free. And the only reason they're not out protesting, you know that, is because they were informed that if they protest, like the wrestler and his friends, if they protest, they will be shot immediately. Fair question.
Oh man. Oh man. We'll get into why that's a lie as well, when he said when they're protesting they get shot. No one wants to protest out there. That's a fact. No one wants to protest apart from Mossad operatives that are put in the country by people like Trump. We'll get into that in a little while. I'll show you what I mean. What's going on, Saya? Thank you for tuning in as always. Appreciate you. Yeah, I know we will see tomorrow on prep for some worse. Yeah. You didn't get notifications, Saya? I mean, yeah, YouTube's been doing that to us. They've been, I don't know what's been going on with the viewers lately. You know, we used to have like minimum of like 50 people every stream, maximum like 110 people I think we had once, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. That's why I say get over to Kick, you know, get over to Kick. They're not silencing us on Kick, guys. Check the live comments for the Kick at username thing. Yeah, we are usually on around the same sort of time every day, on the weekdays anyway. But yeah, definitely go over to Kick. I believe you get notifications there. I get notifications on my phone from my own Kick page. Yeah, anyway. Pete Hegseth said, today will be the largest volume of strikes since day one. Tomorrow, even more than today. Mad. I hope so, yeah, I'm hoping it'll grow some more soon.
And brings our people home with victory. And that continues today, by the way. Per the president's direction, today will be the largest volume of strikes since day one of this operation. Tomorrow, even more than today. And brings our people home with victory.
Thank you, Saya. Are you on X as well? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure if, yeah, but if you're on X, go to, make sure you follow us there as well. Because that's where we just post all of this news, and tonight's going to be important. Because I'm not going to be streaming tonight, but you'll see the live updates and we'll go over it all again tomorrow. President Trump also said we sent some guns. They were supposed to go to the people of Iran. You know what happened? The people we sent them through kept them. He means the Kurdish people, by the way. I am very upset with a certain group of people, and they will pay a big price for that. Mad, this guy's lost his mind. Trump the terrorist has lost his mind. What's going on, Ozzy? Thank you for tuning in, man. Let's play the clip.
out in the streets, they will be immediately shot. They don't have guns. You know, we sent some guns, but the group that was supposed to give, which I said would happen to my people, I said it, I called it exactly. We sent guns, a lot of guns. They were supposed to go to the people so they could fight back against these thugs. You know what happened? The people that they sent them to kept them because they said, what a beautiful gun, I think I'll keep it. So I'm very upset with a certain group of people, and they're going to pay a big price for that. But the Iranian people will fight back as soon as they know they're not going to be shot, and as soon as they can get weapons. If they go out of...
Yeah, this guy's honestly lost his mind. Sai, you said you followed me on X for 3 years. That's crazy. 3 years, damn. You've been following for a long time. Drop me your username, I'll follow you back for sure. W for that. I love that, Trump the terrorist. Yeah, Cherry, that's from one of my street interviews we done with the Indians. One of them said it. It's just turned into a soundboard ever since. This protocol said, OMGs, this is scary. The world needs to stop this orange mad pedo. I agree, you know, people in his government need to stop this. I don't know why people are listening to him. Just refuse. Surely if everyone refuses, you know, you can't do anything. But and also Trump said Kuwait didn't know how to use our great patriots. The nonsense. People were telling me yesterday to watch this live, this stream, and I'm glad I didn't, because it's absolute nonsense. I'm going to play the clip. Yes, I'll drop you a follow now.
Bahrain, Kuwait. I mean, Kuwait did shoot down 3 of our planes. The only planes, really, that we lost with friendly fire, they call it. I call it unfriendly fire. They unfortunately didn't know how to use our great patriots. The pilot said, what kind of a missile's coming at us? Patriot. Boom. They got out. Bahrain, Kuwait. I mean...
He's lost his damn mind, this guy, hasn't he? Lost his damn mind. Who knows what tonight will bring, but that is not all from the United States of America, the United States of Israel. That is not all. We've got more to go over. No worries, sire. So, speaking of all this terrorism, wait, sorry, I'm just going to read your comment first. Hi, Xavier, please do a video. Protocols at El Design. It's a... Oh, thank you, RRT16, for following on Kick. I appreciate that. Guys, if we can get... There's 40 of us in this chat right now on YouTube. What was that? 10% of that would be 4 people. Can we get 4 more followers on Kick? I'd appreciate that a lot. It's tagged in the live comments. Xavier, please do a video on the protocols of the Elders of Zion. It's a book written by the Zionists, Rothschild, Jews, Israelis. It's all coming true. I'll have a look at it for sure. What's going on, Red? Thank you for tuning in, brother. I haven't seen your comments this stream. Maybe I've missed them. Thanks for tuning in either way. But yeah, let's get into the rest of these American terrorists. So, in an unexpected bit of an unexpected one, this US Congresswoman Yasemin Ansari, in brackets DAZ, announced she is introducing articles of impeachment against Pete Hegseth. That's unexpected, wasn't it, guys? It's unexpected. A lot of people saying, look, I don't trust her, and why didn't she do this earlier? But, you know, I guess it's a kind of a W. Barcelona said it's not obvious by now that those in US Congress, the 93 out of 100, including Trump, are on the Epstein list. Being pictures and video footage of them doing things and being blacked by Israel forever. That's what I kind of think. You know, there must be some serious dirt on these politicians and these people in power for them to continue bending the knee for Israel. It makes no sense to me, honestly. Also, Tucker Carlson has come out and criticised Donald Trump after he made remarks mocking Islam. He said this is a mockery, not just of Islam but of Christianity. To send out a tweet with the F word on Easter morning, promising the murder of civilians and then saying praise be to Allah, we cannot support that. I agree. Let's play the clip. Obviously it's Tucker's video, so we're gonna have to speed it up. I know what he's like for copyright.
Who do you think you are? You're tweeting out the F word on Easter morning? You'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah.
Thank you, sire.
So obviously you're mocking the religion of Iran. Okay. If you seek a religious war, that's a good idea. But by the way, No decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have a problem with the theology, presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you can explain what that is. But to mock other people's faith is to mock the idea of faith itself, and we should never mock that, because at its core is the acknowledgement that we are not in charge of the universe. We did not build it. We won't be here at the end of it. We can destroy life. We cannot create it because we are not God. The message of all faith, at the biggest picture level, is the message in our Bible, which is you are not God, and only if you think you are do you talk this way. But it's not just mockery of Islam. And no president should mock Islam. That's not your job. This is not a theocracy. We don't go to war with other theocracies to find out which theocracy is more effective. We are not a theocracy. And God willing, we never will be, because theocracies corrupt the religion. No, this is a mockery not just of Islam, it's a mockery of Christianity. To send out a tweet with the F word on Easter morning promising the murder of civilians and then saying praise be to Allah without explaining any of it, you are mocking me and every other Christian because we're Christians. We can't support that. That is evil. That is an intentional desecration of beauty and truth, which is the definition of evil.
Facts, man. Complete facts. He's mocking all of us, not just the Muslims, he's mocking Christians as well. I agree with Tucker there. Thank you, RRT. I appreciate that. Hopefully, you know, soon. It will come soon. It will come soon. Paul said, I blame the USA Supreme Court judges for letting the traitor on the ballot paper. Yeah, I mean, it's all owned by them, you know. It just doesn't matter who we vote for, that sort of thing. Tucker Carlson also pointed out that Donald Trump did not place his hand on the Bible during his inauguration oath, suggesting it may have signalled what was to come. Interesting take. Interesting take. You like the Ryan Dawson interview, Devon, yeah? I'm glad you liked it, man. For those of you that haven't watched it, I advise you to watch it. Ryan knows a lot. He's very smart, very educated. Got some great insights on that.
Maybe some did, but certainly the leaders of the American Christian churches, by and large, said absolutely nothing. And maybe because they said nothing, this accelerated. These are the same people who sort of didn't notice somehow that on Inauguration Day, the president did not take his oath of office with his hand on the Bible. His wife stood next to him holding it. I was about 15 feet away and saw it. But he did not put his hand on the Bible. And that should have been maybe a clue that we need to pause and think about, what is this? Why wouldn't you put your hand on the Bible?
Maybe.
If you don't believe in the Bible, it's just a book. There's no cost to you to putting your hand on it, just kind of following the protocol, going along with the tradition. All presidents do it. Why aren't you doing it? And you're not doing it intentionally. You're choosing not to put your hand on the Bible when you take that oath. That suggests not that you don't believe it's real, because if you didn't believe it was real, why would you care? You put on the costume and take it off. Doesn't matter. That suggests you know it is real and you're rejecting it intentionally. You know what you're doing and you're doing it anyway. But nobody asked questions about that either. It seemed kind of inappropriate, given the celebration then in progress, to ask, why wouldn't you put your hand on the Bible when you take the oath of office to lead our nation? But pretty much nobody did. I didn't. I'll admit that. I saw it and didn't say one word. Bothered me ever since. But right around January 4th, it became clear that maybe he didn't put his hand on the Bible because he affirmatively rejects what's inside that book. And what's inside that book are limits on human behavior. Because if there's one theme that spans all 66 books in the Christian Bible, it's that you are not God. And you cannot assume his powers. Because you don't have them. You may convince yourself you have them. You may want them. You may have been promised them. But in the end, they're not yours. And you'll never have them. And you can only destroy yourself and the people around you by pretending that you do. That is the consistent message that spans from Genesis to Revelation. And people who ignore that law are punished. Just like people who ignore gravity or freezing temperatures are punished. Because these are laws that were not created by people. They supersede people. But on January 4th, when the President of the United States told us he was stealing, that our country was stealing something that didn't belong to us, people should have piped up and said something. But they didn't. And that got us all the way to yesterday, which was Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday.
Very interesting points there, you know. What a way to look at it. And I agree with him. I agree with him 100%. Madness. Madness. Barcelona said the only other angle is Trump and his entire family are being threatened by Israel's Mossad. Mossad have infiltrated the Secret Service and other elite guarding services. The safest man in the world on paper becomes the most vulnerable. Potentially, but then what about all these other politicians, you know? Because they're all the same. They all, unless Mossad's threatening everybody. Also, see, this shows as well that the people do not agree with this, because The UN ambassador to the UN, the US ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz, was booed by delegates when he mentioned Trump's peacemaking during his address. Shows you what the people really think about this war. No one wants this war.
War, chaos, violence, and more unsafe world comes to mind, but if we're being honest, that's also the world that we're living in now. With the UN. So, my friends across the street worry that with President Trump's peacemaking,
tell him, war criminal, terrorist, terrorist.
It's been 7 years.
Look at him, you can't believe it.
Praise be to Allah.
So just humor me for a
In
second.
the words of our president.
Tomorrow, I'm anticipating.
Mad, the American government has literally become a laughing stock. A laughing stock. And look at this, guys. So, Trump met with a delegation of Hasidic Jews. During the conversation, he spoke about his daughter Ivanka Trump converting to Judaism, saying, when Ivanka decided to convert to Judaism, I wasn't happy at first, but today no one is more happier than me. Trump later claimed that his contributions to Israel were unprecedented. No president before me has done what I have done for Israel. Without me, Israel wouldn't exist. This is exactly what I was saying earlier about that clip we watched earlier, and I was saying that Trump is doing this for Israel, not for America. And this is part of the reason why. Why is Trump coming out and claiming that his contributions to Israel are so unprecedented, and boasting that no president before him has done as much for Israel, has helped Israel as much? Why is that such an achievement? Why does that matter to the American people? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. And it just shows you that this entire war against Iran is not for America. It does not benefit the American people. It benefits Israel. And Trump doesn't even try to hide it. He doesn't even make up excuses and say, I'm doing this for America, blah, blah, blah. He literally saying, look, I've been the best president for Israel. I'm pretty sure when people voted for you, Trump, that they wasn't voting to make Israel better. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Madness. Absolute madness. So yeah, this is the craziest thing we've seen in a long time. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this, but if you haven't, I'll read it out to you anyway. So, President Trump posted this on Truth Social, his dumb platform that I'm sure none of you use, and I don't use. He said, a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have complete and total regime change, where different, smarter and less radicalized minds prevail, maybe something revolutionary wonderful can happen. Who knows? We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. This guy's mad. This guy's mad. Yeah, like, that's the reason why I called this video. I said about Trump may use nukes, because what else does he mean in this? A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want it to happen, but it probably will. I mean, what else can he mean? This is madness. This is madness. So yeah, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene responded to Trump's tweet and said, "Not a single bomb has dropped on America. We cannot kill an entire civilization. This is evil and madness." And yeah, it doesn't take an expert to work that out, does it? Also, senior Iranian sources spoke to Reuters and they said if the US attacks Iran's power plants, the entire region and Saudi Arabia will be completely plunged into darkness. So he's not even just affecting Iran by doing this, he's affecting the entire region. Even his ally that he loves so much, that have supported him so much, will be plunged into darkness, and you still want to do it? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Former US counterterrorism chief Joe Kent spoke on Trump. And he said Trump believes he is threatening Iran with destruction, but it is America that now stands in danger. If he attempts to eradicate Iranian civilization, the United States will no longer be viewed as a stabilizing force in the world, but as an agent of chaos, effectively ending our status as the world's greatest superpower. And it's true, you know. Remember Joe Kent, he recently resigned, and we all knew it was to do with the Iran war. And maybe he knew this sort of stuff was coming. He knew Trump's plans and he couldn't put up with it anymore. Protocol said you're trying to join Kick for me. I appreciate that so much, man. And yeah, everyone's saying that we're getting like silenced on YouTube. The viewers are down. No one's getting notifications from my page anymore. So, you know, joining Kick is definitely a good shout as well. It helps me out, and it also lets you guys know when I'm live, because all my Kick people that are following, they're always here. You guys always see me when I go live, so yeah. Also, the extremity, this is what the Guardian said. So they said the extremity of Trump's threats, coupled with growing desperation to find a way out of the conflict, have increased fears that a volatile president could try to use a nuclear. Yeah, that's what we said, ain't it? What else could he be talking about? Even Alex Jones has come out. Even Alex Jones has said he's called for the 25th Amendment to remove Trump from office. And Alex says, how do we 25 Amendment his ass? Robert Barnes said, tackle Trump and let him pretend he is president. Say he's going through a health issue and let Vance take over. I mean, I don't agree with letting Vance take over because he'll probably be just as bad, but yeah, I agree with the first part. Tackle Trump and let him pretend he's president. Saying he's going through a health issue. I say it's a good idea. Silencio says you still get me on recommended page. That's great to hear. That's great to hear. But let's play the clip anyway.
How do we 25th Amendment his ass?
Thank you, Landlover, for following on Kick. That is 2. Come on, guys. 3 more on Kick. I'll be happy.
How do we 25th Amendment his ass?
The problem is to get the 25th Amendment is harder than impeachment. You have to get 2/3 of the House and 2/3 of the Senate.
So what do we do?
Tackle Trump and pretend, let him pretend he's president and publicly report that he's going through a health issue and Vance take over. It literally needs to be something like that. It's that bad.
It's mad, but it's probably the only thing that we can actually do. What else are you meant to do? Yeah, madness. So yeah, just a couple of hours ago, the US has also issued a shelter-in-place order for all Americans in Bahrain. So it looks like they're preparing for retaliations from Iran for whatever they're supposed to do. Yeah, Cherry Bulu, tell them to come to Kick. Everyone get over to Kick. I don't know why it's not letting you guys. It should do. Maybe just give it a refresh or something. Try downloading the app, maybe that might help. Tucker Carlson also stated that US officials should reject any Trump orders involved in mass attacks on Iranian civilians. And we shouldn't have to tell people this, you know. They should just, with the goodness of, if they have any goodness left in their heart, they should just know that that's not normal to kill civilians. Madness. Thanks, Faulkner James. Yeah, Faulkner James, go over to Kick. This is the problem everyone seems to be getting. Everyone's saying they're not getting notifications. Candace Owens spoke on this. She said the 25th Amendment needs to be invoked. He's a genocidal lunatic. Our Congress and military need to intervene. We are beyond madness. And you know what else is mad as well? That every single person seems to be on the same page apart from Trump. Everyone. Every single person. And also, one last bit over this bit. Marco Rubio ignored reporters' questions asking if wiping out a civilization is a war crime. Of course it is, and he can't even answer that question. Man, these people have lost their damn minds. Mad. Barcelona said Trump is already pretending to be president. Benny Boy Netanyahu is the current president of the United States. Yeah, true. I suppose so. I suppose you're right. Madness going on in this world. What can we do to stop it, guys? What can we do to stop it? Part of the reason why Trump is like freaking out as well is because the Iranians have been trolling him so fucking hard. They've been trolling him so hard. Look at this, guys. Look at this. So there's no worries, sire. Thank you. So the Iranian embassy accounts are mocking Trump's deadlines, and they quote tweeted him and said, 8 PM is not that good. Could you change it to between 1 and 2 PM? Or if possible, 1 and 2 AM. Thank you for your attention to this important matter. Sorry, Iran's embassy in Zimbabwe. Then the other one of the other ones was saying we lost the keys. And so the Zimbabwe one said we lost the keys, and then the Bulgaria one said doors open for friends. Epstein's friends need keys. He's just getting violated. He's getting absolutely violated. No wonder he's freaking out. He can't take it. And look, they are sore losers indeed. They are, because after they posted this meme, we aren't reopening shit, bro. Of course, Mr. Musk, people at X, had to shut that down, and unfortunately suspended the account. Looks like they can't take a joke. Madness. Absolute madness. We had the Qatar's foreign minister come out, and Qatar's foreign ministry spokesman Mahid Al-Ansari said, if left unchecked, the escalation will get us into a situation where it cannot be controlled, and we are very close to that point. There are no winners, only expanding losses. I'm not sure why it's not working. Silencio said you can't find me on Kick. My username on there is Stairway to Freedom, but the username is also tagged in this live chat. It's tagged at the top. If you look at the live comments on YouTube, you'll see it tagged there. There'll just be a direct link you can click.
President Trump's
Play this video for you guys.
President Trump's latest deadline. I think it's his 5th deadline. Do you have any reason to be confident that this crisis can be diffused before it's too late?
Well, first of all, we were trying to diffuse the escalation in the region since 2023. We had been warning since 2023 that escalation left unchecked will get us into a situation where it cannot be controlled. And we are very close to that point. And this is why we have been urging all parties to find a resolution out of this, to find a way of ending this war before it spirals out of control. Right now, I don't think Qatar can offer any answers to your questions. The only thing we can do is to say that all of us in the region have always had a very clear position around this. The infractions on our sovereignty by Iran cannot be explained or justified in any way. The continuation of this war in this way will only mean more costs for the people of the region, for the international peace and security, for international economy, for international energy markets. And there are no winners in the continuation of this war. There are only losers, and the net of losers is expanding every day as a result of the ramifications of the economic situation. But we are working with all our partners in the region and beyond to make sure that any window of opportunity is utilized.
Okay, buddy. Whatever you say. You're saying there's no notifications on Kick. I thought there was. I'm on Rumble as well, but I don't really advertise that much. Also, yeah, I mean, I'm always doing the lives around the same time on weekdays. Also, I can start posting them on YouTube and stuff, on the YouTube posts I can start announcing that I'm live, but not a lot of people they didn't really seem to make a difference even when I was posting on X, so I don't know. It's a hard one. So a few bits from Iran. So it is, what is it today? It's 39 days today. 39 days of the Iran war. Part of the reason why Trump's freaking out so bad and having a meltdown and threatening terrorism and nukes a lot is because they are being cooked so badly. They're being cooked so badly by these Iranians that they have to go to desperate measures. And on my X loads, just last night we saw Iranian missiles strike the Al Jabail in Saudi Arabia, triggering a massive fire. Al Jabail is the Middle East's biggest industrial centre and hosts major petrochemical and energy facilities. So yeah, they're everyone's getting hit hard right now. That's why they're all freaking out. Madness. We've got another video here as well. There we go. There's Silent Tios. He's found his way over the kick. Thank you, brother, for going over there. That is 3 out of the 5 we want per stream. Come on, guys. 2 more of you, please. 2 more of you over to kick. That'd be great. It helped me a lot. You know, you'll have better on kick as well. The reactions are quicker. If you type something in the chat, I can instantly reply within 5 seconds. On YouTube, it's like a 40-second delay. And this is the moment Iranian missiles struck the Al Jabail in Saudi Arabia. Mad. Madness. He said everyone forgot about Upscroll. That's the thing about these new platforms. These new platforms, they it's a good idea, of course, run by Palestinians. I get it, but unfortunately, like like Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all those platforms are going to be like the main ones. I don't think any platform is ever going to overtake them, unfortunately. So what happens is they make apps like this and they they're popular for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then everyone just goes back to the old platforms, unfortunately. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian said, "Over 14 million proud Iranians have, up to this moment, declared their readiness to sacrifice their lives in defense of Iran. I too have been, am, and will be a sacrificer for Iran." So W for Iran's president. W. No worries, Zena. There'll be replays anyway. You can watch the replay. All that type of thing. And look, more footage of Americans getting cooked, I guess, because last night over Qassim Island, Iran's IRGC Navy Air Defense shot down an American MQ-9 drone. Let's play this. Wow, direct impact. Unlucky to be an American. Lucky to be an American terrorist, should I say? An Israeli terrorist. And it goes crumbling down. You don't have to watch the whole 3 minutes. You get the point. It's crumbling, it's falling, and there it goes. Let's watch it hit the ground actually. Bang. Goodbye. Thank you for spending your taxpayer money, Americans. Thank you for your tax money. Doesn't seem to be helping. They're getting embarrassed. Trump's getting embarrassed so badly that he wants to drop a nuke on Iran. That's how bad it's getting. Keep telling everyone that it's we keep telling everyone that Iran's winning this war, and there's always people like, oh no, they're not. Well, okay. I don't think the winners would be threatening to do ground invasions and drop nukes. So I don't think that's what winning looks like. Even the maddest thing is as well, like Israel and America even bombed a synagogue. Well, this was actually bombed by Israel themselves. So Israel bombed a synagogue, and yeah. So for the Iranian Jews, we had Iran's Jewish leader visiting the synagogue. Madness. Mad. Madness. What was I going to say as well? Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know, I get loads of people when I post the clips of the streams, and I post like thumbnails of me. I put a video saying Tel Aviv's getting destroyed, this place is getting hit. It's true, and I don't know. I noticed some people in the comments trying to go, "Oh, this guy, he seems like controlled opposition." I'll be honest, guys. I'm definitely not controlled opposition. I'm a normal guy that just works my job and reports on the news. And also, if this is not happening, if Israel's not getting destroyed like I'm saying it is, then why is Trump going to these desperate measures and threatening to nuke Iran, threatening to do all this stuff? And you know, the stuff that we're sharing, first of all, I don't manage to capture every single video, I don't manage to post every single video and cover it all. And second of all, Israel especially, the UAE, all these places, they're hiding most of the stuff that's coming out. They're hiding most of the footage that's coming out. So we're only seeing probably like 20% of it. It's a lot worse. It's definitely a lot worse than what we see. So yeah, it's just mad that people think for some reason that they're not losing. I just thought I'd put that out there because I see a few comments earlier and I thought, what the fuck? But anyway, the RGC also warned that if the US crosses red lines, the response will extend beyond the region. Damn. Not good. Not good. Now Iran has begun rejecting all ceasefires. Good on them. Iran rejected any temporary ceasefire with the US, according to Reuters. Then the mocking continued as Iran mocked Trump by placing his image as Hitler on their missiles. At the White House, being a bastard isn't an insult. It's a qualification standard. Damn. No wonder Trump's getting pissed. They put America will be destroyed by Trump himself. And here's the video. Here's the video for you guys. Yeah, I agree, they're probably in denial. Completely agree. Yeah, you've got to see it launch, of course. Don't look like running out of missiles, is it? Like Trump said either. I have to keep reminding everyone that. This is one of the bridges that was in Tabriz that was damaged by an American and Israeli terror attack. So they're already like doing these terror attacks anyway. And they're just threatening to up the tempo of these terror attacks by Trump's own words, wiping out the entire civilization. We've got another video as well from the Rabbi Yunus Hamimi Lahelza, probably said that completely wrong, who's the leader of Iran's Jewish community. He stood before the ruins of a synagogue in central Tehran that was bombed by US and Israeli strikes. So yeah, they're bombing their own synagogues. Mad.
میراث فرهنگی و قدمت و فرهنگ و آیین‌هایی که اینجا متمایز بود با بقیه کنیسه‌ها. از این بفرمایید.
کنیسه‌ای که خب جدا کنیسه‌های قدیمی هست. بعد به نام آقای رفیعی بنیانگذاری شده که سال قبل از انقلاب ساخته شده. اگه شما نکنم شاید از 80 سال قدمت داشته. پاریس که
Yeah, you get the point. Also, Iran has closed all diplomatic and indirect channels of communication with the United States, and any and all message exchanges have also been suspended. Good, good. Now, in a very base move. Oh yeah, this is what I said earlier as well. Remember I said, I was telling you guys that there's no Iranians protesting. Trump was trying to say, these people, they can't protest against the government because they'll be shot. All this nonsense. Well, Iranian patriots actually have formed a human chain on the White Bridge of Avas in southern Iran after American and Israeli threats of destruction of Iran's vital civilian infrastructure. So look, they're surrounding it and saying, listen, if you're going to bomb our vital civilian infrastructure, then take us all, kill us all. But yeah, it doesn't look like they're protesting against the government, that's for sure.
صحن امام رضای ایران زلفقار ایران عاشورا میهن خدایی صحن امام رضای ایران زلفقار
Yeah, W Iran. Very good comments, Yates Sona. What a contrast compared to hiding in bunkers. Exactly that. That's what the Israelis do, hide in bunkers, and they were ready for the bombs. Shows a complete difference. Yeah, another video here. Iranians responded to the Iranian TV call and formed a human chain in front of energy facilities to protect them from a US attack. These people are so brave, indeed they are. Yep, based and brave. And also, one last thing about this stuff, Iran has halted all negotiations with the United States and informed Pakistan it will no longer engage in ceasefire talks. So it looks like America has just signed their fate. They've signed their fate. Can't blame the Iranians. Who wants a ceasefire with these terrorists? Yeah. Only a few more bits to go over now. The last story of the day, I guess, the last part of today. And it's regarding Lebanon. As you guys probably know, today has actually been, let me double check, I keep forgetting, 39 days of Iran's war against America and Israel. Not only that, it's also been 37 days of Hezbollah against Israel. Pretty much straight away after the war was declared against Iran, Hezbollah stepped in under 48 hours later and said that they will too be going to war against the Zionist terrorists. So Hezbollah have been cooking Israel just as bad as Iran have. And we'll start off with some footage that Hezbollah released showing them targeting an Israeli Merkava tank in southern Lebanon. Let's play the video. Wiped out. Completely wiped out. Also, we've seen Israeli mothers crying bitterly at her soldier's son's funeral, who was killed in southern Lebanon by Hezbollah fire. My question for that would be, what was your son doing in Lebanon? Why was he invading Lebanon?
רוצים אותך בחזרה. איך אפשר לכתוב הספד על הילד שלך? והדבר הבא שקרה זה הדפיקה בדלת אתמול ב7:12 דקות. זה משפחה מאושרת. הפכנו למשפחה שכולה. רוצים אותך בחזרה.
Try not to laugh challenge.
כשהיית קטן, החזקנו לך כל הזמן את היד. בבדיקות, בטיולים. מי יחזיק עכשיו את היד שלנו? איך ברגע אחד מתהפכים החיים, איך מילד חי. רוצים אותך בחזרה.
Enough. And yeah, look at this terrorism, man. This Israeli president Herzog. What did he do? He held up a copy of Hitler's Mein Kampf, claiming that it was found in a child's room in Lebanon. So are they making an excuse to kill more children in Lebanon? Who remembers when they done this in Gaza? They was claiming that they found all of these Hitler books in possession of Hamas and in possession of Palestinians. And now they're saying it was found in a child's room in Lebanon. I mean, the lies and the propaganda don't stop, man.
I want to show you something.
Like, you're putting a Hitler book in a child's room as an excuse to kill them. That's very sick in the head, but it's the truth.
I want to show you something exclusive, Laura. So this is Adolf Hitler's book, translated to Arabic, Mein Kampf. It's the book that led to the Holocaust and the book that led to World War.
Of course, pull the Holocaust card out as always.
Mein Kampf. It's the book that led to the Holocaust and the book that led to World War II. This is the book that led to his victory in elections in Germany, which led to the worst atrocity of humankind, which the British fought against. Well, this book was found just a few days ago in a children's living room, which was turned into a military operation base. Even marked. He wrote notes. He marked and learned again and again Adolf Hitler's ideology of hating the Jews, of killing the Jews, of burning the...
Of course, you know. Wow. Can't believe they done that. We saw some crazy scenes earlier today as well, after Hezbollah rockets fell in Nahariya, causing injuries among Israeli settlers. Let's play this. Couple clips there. Big impact there. More there. And another image of a big explosion there. Managed to hit a settler's car. Yeah. Madness. And also, yet another Israeli soldier was killed after we heard a couple of hours ago the Israeli army reported another soldier was killed in southern Lebanon by Hezbollah fire. So, they really can't get a break. Notice how there's no civilians dying in Israel, it's just soldiers, tanks getting blown up, army bases getting hit across the Gulf states. Funny though, ain't it? Funny. Very funny. I suppose that's pretty much it for today, to be honest. We've been doing it for just over an hour. I suppose we're all waiting now for the news of what will happen tonight at 1 AM UK time. Make sure you guys are following me on X too, because we'll be covering that. And yeah, make sure you drop me a follow on Kick, guys. The Kick account's pinned in the live chat of this video. If you're watching a replay and you can't find the comment anywhere, it's kick.com/stairway to freedom, and that's spelled stairway, TO, and then the number 3, DOM. That's how you spell it. But apart from that, guys, I want to say I'm going to love you and leave you all. Be back tomorrow around the same sort of time, around 5:30, 6 o'clock UK time. Until then, see you all tomorrow, and hopefully we don't wake up to a nuclear world war, or we don't wake up to loads of Iranian civilians killed for no absolute reason. Thank you everyone, I'll see you all tomorrow.
Today, and we are super fucking happy about it. So ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to like and empty the space. Let's bring some more people in here to enjoy the celebration.
Yes.
Of the farewell party to the Savior.
Say goodbye, a farewell for this motherfucker that put the fucking video of the fucking hostage. So this is a fucking farewell for me, okay?
Because he shouldn't exist from the get-go. He should have been executed by the Mossad long time ago, and I've been asking for this for a long time. And I was talking to my commander, I'm telling him this needs to go.
I think that you need to gather all the Zions, eliminate them.
He deserves to be genocided like all the other Nazis, and he's a convicted fucking criminal. And they pissed the hell out of me. This fucking Hamas and giving them a voice after October 7, and us Jews and Israelis can live peacefully. I hate him.
We're great.
I hate him.